If I could go back in time, this would be the moment right here where I would tell myself, you put that down, because that spare wood that you're about to pick up actually belongs to this unit. But I didn't realise I had to go out and buy 2 new pieces of MDF, and it was super spenny, but alas, here we are. So let me show you how I fix this. I'm simply going to measure the distance between these gaps where the MDF slots in. It's good to check it in a few places because this unit might not have completely true corners. It looks like the grooves are about 5mm, so I'm going to add on 1 centimetre to every single measurement. Here I'm marking out the measurements on the MDF board with a pencil. I'll do this in a couple of places and then come back with a long ruler, or here I've got my level measure, to get those straight lines. So here's my first tip. Make sure your workbench is locked in place. Mine has casters on the bottom that mean I can move this around, but I forgot to lower the table, so that's why you saw the piece of work just running away from me. My second bit of advice is to make sure your clamp isn't in the way of your saw. The number of times I've done this where I'm convinced it's going to be out of the way and it's just not. You'll notice that I'm wearing a mask here. MDF dust is so horrible on your lungs. You definitely want to be wearing a mask for cutting materials like this. One of my favourite things to avoid the dust is just to have my vacuum near where I'm working. But you can also get some tools where you can attach your vacuum directly onto the unit. This saves so much dust from getting in the air. To slide these new bits of MDF into this unit, I'm just going to take the front off and hope that's all I have to take apart. My office is so small and this was actually really tricky to do. And every single time that I tried to slide these pieces in, the other one would pop out. This is just one of those jobs that really feel like it's a 2-person job. Okay, let's try something else. This was not going in. And it was about this point I realised... So I've cut it a bit short. I'd estimated that these were about 5mm deep, but they're actually quite a lot deeper than that. So these are coming up short. But I can fix this. It might seem a little bit extreme, but I'm just going to shave off the edge of the actual drawer itself to make the drawer a little bit smaller. This happens. It's fine. We can sort it. I always say that I measure twice, cut once. I measure once at the start to see how long it should be. I cut it, and then I measure it again to check why it doesn't fit. I took about 5mm off the edge of all of these sides and then just sanded the edge to make sure it wasn't rough anymore. And that's all it took. It went together perfectly after this. And if I'd have thought about this when putting it together, I probably would have put those boards the other side up so I didn't have those labels showing. But it fits, and that is what I wanted. Yay! Now for my stuff. This sofa is actually a sofa bed, and this is my guest room. So what I'm hiding in here is the spare duvet and the spare pillows. This duvet is so chunky, and so I took some extra measures to make sure that it would fit. I love these space-saving bags, not just because of the space saving, but it also stops things like moths from eating your clothes. I was even left with a bunch of other space for blankets. Another DIY solved. So don't forget that if you mess something up, like I do all of the time still, it doesn't matter, because there's always a way to solve it. Tell me about something that you messed up.